Hello, I am Bentham and welcome back to Dyson Sphere program, where we are flying south for the winter, I guess, but also because there is crude oil down here that we want. So let's land right here. Boop, that's, yep, totally safe. And here is a crude oil seep that we want to harvest and send vaguely back towards the rest of the base. The processing involved isn't going to be done on the main bus because there's fancy other buildings involved in the process. So we're going to just build our own little facility. But I think I'm going to head it generally in the direction of everything else, just so that it's more easily accessible. But of course we do need to start something off here. We need a... It will be in gathering. We need an oil extractor. Boop. Easy. I did destroy a tree there. It's fine. It's just the one. This thing's going to produce 1.4 oil per second, which isn't actually tons. We may well want to get some more going pretty sharpish, but we'll see where this gets us to start with. We do need to sort out power for it. So we're going to plunk down one of these. I'm going to work out how far these go and also where home is.
Power tower, which is suitable with long-distance power transmission.
Okay, kind of this way.
Connection distance. What's
yeah.
is
We
that
know.
You can also charge mecha by using electricity from the grid.
It'll actually be useful in charging me if I'm flying. Like, if I fly right now, will it charge me from where I am, I wonder? No, but we can build while we're in this mode, so... There we go. And I see it connects long distance to short distance poles, so that's quite nice. Alright, back we go. We gotta get a belt going this way. But I think first of all we want to go sideways. Which we should do first, I guess, because it'll be a shorter distance to be able to turn around part of the planet. We're quite far up north here. You can see the grid's getting all wonky. Pretty close together at this stage. Where does it begin? I think, yeah, this one here I think is the line, and everything north of this is okay. Not sure though. Oh, that's cool. Look at that glow. That looks like a forest fire. It's slightly concerning, honestly. There's the sun. Not really rising, just kind of going sideways. That's the poles for you. Okay, we do only have 200 belts. Probably should have made more before I set off. That should do it. Okay, belt out and along. We can go over water, which is quite nice. And we need to work out exactly where we want to go with it. You know what? That's already far enough. See, it's a much shorter distance. If we went up, we'd have to go all the way back there. Not so much here. Main bus starts here, so technically this space could be free, but then more and more belts are going to be coming down this way, so perhaps we want to go more over, honestly, here, where there's currently a lot of water. I might fill this in. I'll have to get some soil from somewhere, because we are a little bit short. Okay, so if we orient to north, you can see that's actually roughly where we want to go. Yeah, let's just kind of pick that at random, I think. Let's head over here so our bots can get the work done just a little bit quicker. What are we relative to the grid right now? Nowhere interesting. Yeah, there's one of the like, I believe there are 4 lines around the planet that are, you can't see them from orbit. I think there are 4 lines that are like the separating out the wedges. I think it's separated into 4 quarters, and that's how the it works. Oh, we know this actually because I've been to the pole before and seen where the 4 meet. Here you go. Yeah, so 4 sections. Each one is identical in how the grid is laid out and so on. Makes sense. Okay. And boop. And up we go. And it's gonna sidestep from time to time as it goes and hits weird parts of the grid. Just how it's gonna be. Yeah, let's just build where the range will let us head back so it can not connect. Are we getting the oil, by the way? Here it is. Yeah, so you notice we're using belts. This is what oil looks like. It is a cube. A cube of oil. Just looks like a liquid symbol. But it just comes in boxes. Just, you know, nicely compressed into a cube shape. for easy transport. It's probably the case that later on they're going to introduce pipes as a mechanic, and then you will have to pipe the stuff around instead. But for the moment, it's all on belts, and that works just fine for me. Oh, you missed a bit. Go back. There we go. Managing to stay ahead at the moment of the oil just. We're building quick enough for that. But only because we're babying the drones. And a little bit more. Up to... let's stop it there. And then we got to work out what we're doing with it. I'm thinking about a lot of foundations need to go down around here. As soon as they're done. There we go. Let them come back. Alright. So we'll go grab foundations. I reckon there's plenty built up now. Oh, we do not have enough steel. We have depleted our excess steel. Yeah, I need to upgrade this. I'm going to do it later, though. For now, we'll make do with what we have here. Put that back. Less than 100 is irrelevant because I'm doing them in boxes. Alright, we're going to have to see how the soil piles are looking. 33,000. That's not too bad, actually. So we can definitely advance generally in this direction. We'll also go behind us because we can get a couple of extra this way. Okay. It gets a bit nuts, though. That's 9,000 in one go. That's nearly half what we had. There's more than half of what we had. And now it's not looking so great. We used to be even more on these bits. I guess these are particularly low-lying. We've got to go find somewhere that'll give us soil pile back. Over here, it's got some hills. There we go. A couple thousand here to work with. We actually need to extend this down anywhere. We're basically at the limits of the foundation going south right now. I do only have so much actual foundation, though. I'm getting some extra back because, of course, this was already covered with little bits of it before. Nice big hills going on here. We'll definitely get plenty from this. I do want to do this bit, though, even though it's going to ruin all the work we just did. Not too bad, actually. There. Extended that a little bit further. I would extend more, but we simply don't have the foundation for it. I got to actually pick up some more before we go on. Oh, missed. There. A little bit extra. Couple more squares. Alright, how's it looking? 6,000, we can afford it now. Another 7,000. We've nearly bridged the gap. Oh. Yeah, we've hit our limit there. Don't have enough for that bit. Curses. I can grab a little bit from here. Will that make the difference? Oh, no. So close. And yet so far. Fair enough. Fill in that then. Make me feel better. Okay, so we've got our oil here. Now we've got to do something with it. We need... here it is, an oil refinery. Now to start... You know what, we'll do it like this. We'll do nice long columns of the stuff, I think. So, the recipe we have in the refinery right now is plasma refining.
This facility will produce
Yeah, I know. So, plasma refining. You take crude oil, you turn it into refined oil, and hydrogen, and the hydrogen is what we're here for. The refined oil, we don't actually have that much of a use for right now. We just want the hydrogen, but the refined oil will come into use pretty shortly. We will have to just store it in the meantime. Okay, so let's get the oil going in. What's the rate of production for this again? 4 seconds. Oh yeah, easy. No problem at all with throughput here. And then we'll have 2 belts heading out. Now I am sending them in the same direction as belts coming in, which I usually avoid, but It'd be awkward to do it the other way. I'm gonna let it slide this time. I'm sure I'll regret it later. And now we come into multiple product recipes. This is the first time that we're using a recipe that creates multiple different things, which means that when we make a sorter, we've got the option to make it not filter anything, which would be bad. It would dump both items onto the belt randomly and make a complete mess. Or you hit tab and you cycle through the things it can filter, which are the things that the recipe it has can create. So, let's have... I'm actually not sure which way around I want this. Let's have the refined oil on the inside because it's made slightly faster, even though the speed that this goes at, that doesn't really matter. And then hydrogen on the outside. Now we need to get power over here, of course. It's going to use a normal one for that, which conveniently connects to that. Ah, now I'm seeing the use. Of course, because you can just like have one and then you can connect anything anywhere without having to worry what else it needs to link to. I approve. This is good. Okay. We are making hydrogen. So we need for red science. Let's go send it over. We're gonna need to, you know, speed the process up a little bit, but this is this gets us going. We're once again gonna be interfering with our copper line here. I wonder if we can sneak by on this side. Yeah, we can make that work. Okay, head over here, hop up there, head straight over the top of this stuff, and then run into a power pole because I didn't move it. Let's actually move that thing. Gonna break that for a second, but we can put one in there. That little spot there is never gonna be used for anything else apart from if we want to send belts through. Oh well. I'll actually cut this back a little bit. We gotta bring it down, run it to there, and a sorter going in. Except where my bots got to? Oh, they're off over there building that bit. In a minute, guys. Let me sort this bit out. There we go. The other thing we need is graphite. Of course, graphite is used in our power, so we want to be careful. We don't want to use up all of this because we need it to run the show. So, what I'm going to do is have a splitter. It's the standard one. Run it back in here. Oh, wait, no, come on.
4 directions.
Yeah. I've done this already.
Cargo or balance the cargo.
I guess it only activates that if I build the standard splitter. No, I built the standard splitter before. Something's being weird here. I don't know. I did reload the save of the last episode before recording this one, so it may be that it's reset the advice, which would be annoying. Yeah, we're gonna pop out there, and then we're gonna set a filter once the bots have come back. They've wandered off again. Come on, guys. That's it. Okay, so when you can access a splitter and it shows you the inputs and outputs, and you can like move around it and it shows the different angles, which is quite nice, and it always matches what is sat there next to you. And then if you click one, it becomes the priority. Don't click any further. That just means like an empty circle means priority. And then if you click again, you can make a filter and filter a certain thing. But we're not filtering here. We're not doing sushi belts where we have a million different things running along one belt. That's not a good idea. Not if you can avoid it from the get-go, so that's what we're going to do. I'm sure it'll come along at some point. I think there's some miners that might do that kind of thing on special ores. I mean, not the miners, the ores would do it, but you know what I mean. But yeah, we're filtering it so that it always goes to power first. We care about power more than science, because you can't do science without power. So always go that way first. However, if there's excess, send it out the other way. We'll even put an extra output here to make sure that this can drain in the emergency, in the situation that it would need to. It shouldn't ever need to, because this should be a full belt at all times, but you know, just in case, it can drain the excess if it must. And that perfectly lines up. We just got to drop it down at the last moment. I said at the last moment. Okay, drop it down here. And have a sort of putting it in. It looks like the work was finished connecting this up, so we now have some hydrogen going in. And once this is connected, we'll have the graphite going in, and we will be making the energy matrix. You can see it's a little bit intermittent because, of course, it's mostly going over that way, but it looks like there is more than enough to manage the well, the speed that can put things in, actually, which may not be fast enough. Because, yeah, the only one of these is running so far. They all have the... oh, the middle one's going. I do think that to keep up the speed, we will need the faster sorters. I'm not sure, absolutely, but we'll put them on. However, we've shut down over here because, of course, the light oil is built up. Can't go anywhere. The belt is full. The machine is full. These cubes of... I said light oil, didn't I? These cubes of refined oil. It's a different game. Gotta remember. Don't get your factory games mixed up. But yes, the refined oil has built up, and so everything is, of course, stopped. So we'll add this on a little bit just to keep things going for a moment. Also, what I need to check is... So this is... uses 1 oil every half second. We're making not much oil a second. 1 point something. 1.4. So, when you view it from this angle, it looks weird that it just kind of flies off in that direction, the belt. There we go, everything's straight lines again. Yeah, so 1.4. We're consuming 0.5. So 3 machines will use up everything that is being generated. We've already built up again. I guess, yeah, it had a backlog. It's now at least running again. Yeah, 3 machines will use up everything that deposit is producing and more. So we'll add those in. But what we need to make sure we have is some storage. So we want a storage tank. You can store it in a normal storage chest, but the stack size of liquids is terrible. It clearly wants you to store them in tanks, so we will do that. I got to cut this back because I think I want to do it right here. So we'll do that. We pick up the oil. Sure, why not? Now, it doesn't fit in this space, but if it's in this space, I get... Oh, no, it doesn't. It collides. It's got quite a large box, actually. Interesting indeed. You know what? I'm going to do it off to the side. Let's have it over here. And then this...
You built a storage tank.
Does that.
It is more suitable for storing fluid than the storage. Each storage tank can only store one single type of fluid and can be built vertically. However, once it has been removed, all the stored fluid will be devastated.
So they changed the text of the narration, but they haven't yet changed the narration itself. Yes, if you destroy it, all the fluid will be devastated. It will be very, very sad. Like, you'll make the fluid miserable. It'll be devastated if you because it'll think you don't love it if you destroy it. Yeah, you can if you delete these, all the liquids inside will be annihilated. But that's fine because oil is renewable. Any oil products are therefore also renewable. So if you destroy a fluid tank, it doesn't actually matter that much. Funnily enough. Obviously, you don't want to waste it if you can avoid it, because you've spent time gathering it. Machines have been busy putting it together, and it takes time to do so. But at the same time, this is an excess product we don't need right now. But it'll come in useful. So, I want to make a couple more of these. So, is that the thing? Oh, that is the thing. Yeah, okay. We want to make 2 more, and then that's the most we can, that can use the oil that we have. Any more would be a waste right now. Gotta wait for them to be made. There we go. Plonk, plonk. Just mash them right in there. Don't need to worry about the outputs and inputs and stuff, because everything can work as an output or an input however you need it to. So, refined oil, hydrogen, refined oil, hydrogen, inputs on the other side, and we got to worry about power. I could have placed power better, honestly. But actually I think I still would have needed a second pole at this point anyway, so there we go. And of course, copy, paste, paste. And now we're really cooking. Also, I love the way that this thing actually works. Is like this weird beam and spinny things, and that's how we refine oil now. Welcome to the future, guys. We did a matrix, and now we refine oil with lasers of plasma. It's probably not lasers, it's probably just plasma. I don't know, it looks like lasers. And now, if we use the map, we can look back here and probably see that this is... Well, we can't see that it's draining, but presumably at some point we'll start to see the belt draining, because it's going a little bit faster. That said, what is the actual production rate of these? It is ×1, and presumably it's the same for the pumps. Yeah, okay, so the math should be correct. As long as I've not done a derp, we are using up all of the oil and draining the supply a little bit to make all of this stuff. And yeah, very quickly we're filling up a tank. Okay, not that quickly, but you know, it's going to add up rapidly. And we may need even more, honestly, because hydrogen's a little bit intermittent here. And it's not built up yet, which it should be doing, because, you know, we haven't actually picked any science. Should have done that sooner. Yeah, look at that. Like, there's hydrogen in these bottom two, but not in this top one. Though I reckon we're getting there. But then this one isn't running yet. We got to get it all going. So let's pick some science. I'm picking a very particular one. If I can find it. Can I find it? No. That one. X-ray cracking. That's the one we want, because that's the next oil thing that we can do. I think this is pretty much always the first red research that you want to grab. Nothing else particularly has stood out to me yet as something that you want as soon as you can. Maybe high efficiency logistics, because, you know, belt throughput is a limiting thing that gets quite annoying. Especially because he's not a fast replacing of belts right now, or at least at the time of recording. The devs have said it's coming very, very soon, so it may well be that by the time this video comes out, you can fast replace belts, but as far as I'm aware, you can't yet. That said, I haven't tried, so maybe I should actually give it a look. Titanium would be nice, but not critical. Yeah, all of this stuff is really fancy stuff that we just don't need yet, but right now this one is useful for making full use of our oil production, and actually meaning that we can use our refined oil instead of just endlessly building up a supply of it and having to constantly make more storage tanks or delete them in order to devastate our oil and make more space. And yeah, there we go. Look at it. It's all going, and now we've got a mix in here. We've got blue and yellow, blue and red swirls going around inside. Oh, and I think we run through the backlog now. We just had a brief moment where it was glorious and it was all going at once, and we're back to going much slower now. Yeah, the hydrogen's trying to build up in here, but it's struggling. I don't know if it can maintain it. It's not looking good. I think we just don't quite have enough production for it, so perhaps more oil is in order. Maybe we just scale it up in that way, because otherwise we're gonna have to wait all of a sudden. I don't want to wait. That was a hard sentence to say. Fast. Let's not try that again. Oh, in this light, the oil looks almost purple. Fascinating. It's also weirdly reflective, like it's a jelly cube. Maybe that's it. Everything's been jellified, so it can be moved on belts. And then it's de-jellified, processed, and then the products are re-jellified. That must be what's going on. Definitely. Okay, I want to pave more of the world, because we should have plenty more. Not tons more yet. We definitely do with getting a bit more of this production going, so we can really start working on paving everything. This stuff's gonna give us a bit of soil pile. Oh, I went over. Well, we gotta do the next one now. Oh, I did it again! I should be careful about the camera angle I have when I'm doing this, and exactly where I'm placing my mouse. There we go, we have 4,000 soil pile, and I accidentally went over, which ruins everything. There. There, that works. Let's head over here and claim a bit more of this. I'd like to be able to extend the chain of machines back a bit, if possible. Oh, I went over again. And now I don't have enough. I've only got 7 foundations. That's annoying. Oh well, we can extend this a bit further back now. This thing can transport 6 a second, so we can definitely put more oil on this. Also, let's have a look. Is it starting to drain? Oh, yep, it's just come out of the machine. Good timing there. Now you can see we are indeed using too much of it. Let's set up some more machines. Well, let's see what the next deposit is first, actually. We could go for that one. That's 2.24. That's nearest to the belt we already have established, so that makes the most sense. That will bring us up to 3.6. Which would mean we could have 7 of these going and still have excess. So we'd probably put in 8 just to, you know, round it up. How's this looking now? Still plenty of space, actually. It's not too bad. I thought it'd be filling up a little bit quicker. And I'm not too upset about it being slower as it is. Okay, let's make another 5 of these. Which we can, thanks to our nice supply of plasma exciters, though we do need to resupply on them. Here we are. Can we go for 50? Oh, we need one more. Did it. Exactly 50. Nice. And then we need one more. Immediately ruining it. One more oil extractor, which is made of 4 of them, so I've messed up my numbers so soon. How about belts? We could do with a few more of those. That takes us to exactly 200. And that takes us to 2 stacks. Or it would if I hadn't run out in the middle of the craft and ruined the number. Oops. Time for a resupply, which might make things a bit rough on our inventory space. There is a research to get more, I believe, on top of what we've already got. We need more steel. There isn't any. I can grab some off the end here, but that's never going to get replenished, probably. It's coming in 3s, and so each one gets to grab one. Works out quite well, really. We need more steel. We need to make more smelting here. The thing is, what I want to do is have a splitter using this configuration. Have it in line like this, but it clips. Even though you can see that, like, the meshes are... I mean, it's going over the top of the sorter, but even if the sorter wasn't there, you wouldn't be able to build it there. You have to give it the clearance, so this would need to be 3 wide instead of 1 wide for the splitter to fit. And then we could have a belt come in over the top and feed into this thing to bring it down into the bottom level. We could do it another way. We could just have a belt over the top, and then when the time comes, this belt simply stops and the other belt drops down into its place. But the problem is we got 2 different things here, and they're gonna, like, sometimes we're gonna be making a lot of iron ingots, sometimes we're gonna be like, making a lot of magnets. It's gonna kind of vary. So, like, if we want every furnace that could be running to run if it could, then we don't know exactly when the belt should drop down. Like, if we expect every furnace to be running, then, well, the numbers get awkward for a start, because this is 60 per minute, this is 40 per minute. Not running at the moment, but, you know, there's one. So, this will be 100 per minute. The belt does 360 per minute. So, like, I guess you would do, like, 3 of these and 4 of these, and then you'd stop the belt and bring another belt in. But then what if you don't need magnets right now? Then the belt's not running at full speed. So that's the idea, is to make it more versatile, have the splitter system so that things can merge in periodically, however many is needed, and carry on or not carry on, and so on and so forth. It makes more sense once you see it, if you're not following, which I won't blame you for, because I'm not making much sense. We have space to expand in this direction, so that's probably what we'll do. We will have to move this storage to make ourselves the extra space. So it's going to be slightly jank. Put a new storage in here. Let's get rid of these. And then, can I go between the 2? Oh, they're too close. Curses. Alright. It'll be a bit more jank, but it'll still work. I'm going to belt this way. And then empty and fill. And empty and empty and fill and fill. I don't know how many is needed to, like, saturate the belt, but it seems to have achieved that goal. Oh yeah, it's only 2. You only need 2. Looks like it's perfect. There we go. So it'll drain. That said, we can also... I realize it's because I was doing this with fluids in the stream. I forgot that, you know, I can't just, in the case of normal items, do that, and then we're good. I've ended up with 2 extra, unfortunately. Alright, put a limit on that. Clear all this out. Turn this back into a buffer. get rid of these extra 2 ones that we ended up with, or not. Fine. Conveniently, deleting a machine also deletes all these sorters connected to it. I quite like that. Makes a lot of sense. It'd be weird, honestly, if it didn't. We ended up with a lot of extra magnets now, and they're not being used. Science is not going fast enough to really blast through this supply. Let's put them in here. Things will be taken from the red slots first, so this will drain out the unneeded and unwanted magnets. I mean, we'll just delete the whole thing and then put the excess in there. There you go. I'm not sure if I even need any magnets at all. I think it's all electromagnets. Oh well. This should go. This should go. Does that break the power network? Nope, it is still intact. Thanks to that solar panel. Actually, that would have connected too, so it would have worked out either way. Oh, and there's a connection up there as well. It's quite a long one. I didn't think it was capable of that. Fair enough. That's died, but, you know, we'll fix it in a sec. Okay, so new belt will run as close as it can to there. And by the way, when you're building a belt and it's doing a corner you don't want, you want to do the other corner, hit R and it rotates, which is quite smart. Didn't think about it, but it's very, very good quality of life thing there. Okay. And I could have separate belts entirely for the two, but I like the idea of them both taking from the same supply so that whichever one needs it at the time is going to get everything if the other one isn't using it. That's the idea. So... oh. I missed. Let's try that again. Where am I looking? Processing. Production, even. 4 was enough, but... let's make it 6. For now. Yeah, 6 will be fine. Recipe, magnets, copy, paste, 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 paste. And then we run the belt down here, leaving a lot more space. Yeah, we'll just like do it like that. Now, what I do need to check is, can we have a splitter and sorters feeding into the machines? Well, immediately the splitter is not straddling the middle like I was hoping. Will this work? I think it will, actually. I'm feeling positive. Okay, connection from here to here, yes, and obviously connection from here to here works just fine. That's awesome. However, I realize I can't do 2 connections. We're not going to have enough room for another connection from this side to a machine over there, unless we are. Why is it allowing this? Hang on. Well, let's tear this down. We're tearing it all down anyway. We know this. I'll let all the iron drain at least, so I don't have to clean it up myself. Right, should all be good. Yep, good time to tear it down. 3 minutes after the target endpoint for the episode. Okay, let's give this a proper look. Another way I could have done it, actually, is just wait for a gap between the machines. You know, I could have done that. Should have done that. That would have been a better way of doing it. Hang on. Okay, well, I'm going to test this anyway, just because, you know, might as well know for future reference. Can I connect from this spot right here? Oh, no, it does count as colliding. But yeah, what I realize is that none of this needs to be like this, because if I just tear all this apart... oh, and these have to go. I mean, I'll move this up anyway. Why not? It's here now. If I just do that. Where'd it go? And then I leave a gap here of 3. And here's the belt, and everything's doing all the stuff it usually does. And then we put the splitter here. It absolutely fits right there. That totally works. Could have done that the whole time. Yep, that's way better. Okay. Well, look, I guess what I did today was I moved up the furnace array for no particular reason. And now we will exactly recreate this setup over here, and then we'll move the steel up, I guess, and maybe we'll change things around a little bit with that. We've learned things today anyway. I've learned a new setup live in the episode. And there we go. Oh, there we go. You're making iron ingots. Paste, 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 paste. Copy, paste. That's what really comes into its own when you're copying multiple different things to different machines. Then you can just do all of them without accessing any menus, and with a single button for each operation. Very nicely done. Yeah, we don't need this kind of magnet production, but hey, let's might as well mirror it for the purpose of being neat and having it look cooler. And this gap for the splitters may also be perfect for power poles. We'll have to see in just a moment. Oh, I didn't put the belt quite far enough. Okay. Right, if we have a power pole at this end right here, and one at this end right here, are they going to cover everything? No. Okay, that didn't quite work. We'll plonk another one there then. That can go. And we have our new system. It still doesn't have enough iron yet, because I haven't hooked up the new iron to the splitter that we now know we can hook up to. But we did just unlock X-ray cracking, which means we can head back over to the oil stuff and sort that out. The only problem being right now, we don't have any steel. I gotta sort the steel out. But we'll leave it there. We'll have that be the problem for next episode. It's a problem for future Bentham. And then we'll see about setting up the fancy X-ray cracking. Apparently, we can't just refine oil normally, you know, with like heat or something. We're gonna use plasma to refine it, and then X-rays to crack it. Just all these fancy gubbins. Just heat it up. It's easy. I know this, kinda. I know, it's probably more efficient somehow. Some kind of magical, physicsy way. Alright. There we go, we've got some oil and some other things besides, but that's all we have time for today, so I shall say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time. Research speed too slow. You shush, I'm doing just fine over here.